Welcome to Happy Money and Other Bad Ideas, the anti-hustle podcast for rebel women in business who are done playing by the rules. I'm your host, Brooke Norland, sustainable digital business designer, anti-coach, and founder of the Spicy Brain Business Lab. Around here, we believe the best business moves never make the guru playbook. So if you're ready to burn the formulas, build a business that feels like you, and make money that actually makes you happy, you're in the right place. And hey, if you want more support bringing your own so-called bad ideas to life, come join me inside the Spicy Brain Business Lab. It's where we turn your ideas into sustainable, profitable business, and we do it your way. Let's get into today's episode. I've got squirrel brain today, like super bad. This could be fun. Also, no script, because here's what happened. I had a plan for today. It was going to be a money talk today about pricing your stuff. No, it's not anymore because my brain's a squirrel and I don't want to talk about that today. So we're going to talk about something different. I also have a cough again and I'm convinced that it's a thyroid issue. I have a nodule. Don't worry, I'm watching it. It's fine. But I think that inflammation causes this cough to happen. And anyway, will I go to a doctor to confirm? Absolutely not, because that's who I am as a person. Welcome to the podcast. My name is Brooke. It's going to be a fun ride today because we were going to talk about money. Like I said, today we're not going to talk about money. We're going to talk about something else. It's been rolling around in my brain and it's fresh. And I think it's going to be better because it's fresh and rolling around in my brain today. We're going to drink some coffee. We're going to have a good time. Buckle up, friend. I'm going to tell you a story. So when I had just graduated high school and was going to college, I decided to get a job because I wanted to wash my car. And I thought it'd be so cool to have money to wash my car because I was lucky and my family paid for my living in a dorm and they paid for my food at the college. I got to go to the lunchroom and things like that. So I really didn't have a whole lot of things to pay for. I wanted to wash my car. So I got a job at a call center for a hotel chain, several hotel chains in one. And I hated it. I hated it so much. I was there for 6 months, met my husband there. And so that was a good positive thing. But I hated the job a lot. And the reason for it, well, there was lots of reasons for it. One, I'm an introvert and talking on the phone like that, not for me. Two, I'm going to tell you about. In training, they had this signature system that we were supposed to learn how to do. And it was the specific way to steer a phone call so that it was proven, quote unquote, proven that if you use the system, you're going to have sales more often. And I don't doubt that it was. I'm sure they tested it and I'm sure they were, there were stats. But me being who I am, I love to question, even then as a wee baby girl, love to question, proven stats and best practices and things like that. Because if it made me feel icky or weird, I was going to ask, and I did. Side note, the trainer is actually now my brother-in-law, and I need to ask him if he remembers some of these questions that I asked him during training, because I'm sure it drove him absolutely crazy. But here's the deal. You need to open the call like this. You need to ask them, is this for business or pleasure? And, you need to learn a little bit more about them so that you can help them to find the best hotel in the area that they're going to. Fair. That's fair. I actually think that's a great idea. However, I don't like that you're giving me a script for it. And I also don't like that you're telling me that I have to do it. And also, if my father picked up the phone and called and was trying to make a hotel reservation, because this was a little bit before the internet was really good about making hotel reservations. And yes, that's aging me and it's okay. My dad picked up that phone and he's like, I need a hotel reservation. And I started reading from a script. That man would be so cranky before I even got 30 seconds of a call out for him. So me knowing this full well, I must have got that from my dad, I guess. Asked the trainer, I was like, hey, so quick question. If, you're on this call and you're reading from this script and someone calls out your bullshit, how do you handle that? I was like, and I told him, I was like, if my dad is an example I could think of. If he called this call center and we started reading from a script to him, he would be like, the hell? And he would cause problems. He wouldn't be pleasant. Love him, but I'm just being honest. And the trainer told me, well, of course, if a customer is wanting something different, and then you can go off script, because you're being tested on this too. Like, they record these calls, they'll pull random calls once in a while, make sure that you're following the signature method and all of the things. So I was like, well, okay, if that's the case though, am I going to get in trouble? Because also I don't want to get in trouble. And he's like, no, you won't get in trouble. Just, do what the customer is asking of you. And especially, and also, like, if they're calling because they're like traveling for a funeral, there were rules around that too, which I'm grateful for. Thanks so much. Anyway, there was that, but there were so many other things. I'm like, why are we asking this question? Like, why is this here? Why, I don't understand why this is the way that it is. And basically the answer was always, Brooke, just shut your yap. I mean, it was nicer than this, but like, shut your yap, do what you're told. This is a proven method. Go ahead and do it. So anyway, what I'm trying to tell you is that I've been questioning authority and systems forever and proven systems. And because somebody says something works, doesn't mean it works for me. The whole entire time, I just felt gross. I was like, this feels so gross. I wouldn't actually say any of these words. None of these words would actually come out of my mouth. I understand that this system is proven, but can I raise you one and say, can we use the system, but tailor it to make sense for each person? And I know it's a big corporation and they're not going to do shit about that, but that was what I was struggling with. I'm like, this doesn't work in my brain. I understand that if you bring people on a path, if you have customers on a path, that you're going to direct them to a certain area that's going to be more beneficial for them in the end, which in turn is more beneficial for you because you're going to make the sale, right? I understand that. But why do we got to be so damn sneaky about it? Why is it got to be so sneaky? Why do I have to pretend like I'm interested in whether you're traveling for business or pleasure? Why can't I just say, hey, why are you calling me? I mean, in a little bit nicer way. It's like, hey, thank you for calling. My name is Brooke. I would love to hear what it is that you need from me right now. And I mean, I don't think anybody's too upset about me saying that on the phone. I think they'd be like, oh my gosh, thank goodness a person has answered the phone. And oh my gosh, thank goodness she doesn't sound like a robot. And I know not everybody would be good at that. And I'm not trying to defend the signature system. Some people need it because people aren't good on the fly or on the cuff or whatever, but I didn't like it. Because when you are on the phone with a person, with a human being, you can't tell me that doesn't make you feel better. You can tell when you're talking to someone who knows what they're doing and has the resources to help you, and you can tell when you're talking to someone who doesn't, right? And that is a lesson I learned in a hotel call center. And I brought it into my life now. It's the same thing when you're talking to someone in any of your marketing, whether you're talking to them through your social media or you're talking to them through an email or you're talking to them, I don't care where you're talking to them. You've got to be able to let yourself into that in order for them to feel relieved that they're having a conversation with a human being and that they're not buying something from someone who's a robot. That said, I want to talk about freebies and funnels because we're actually doing a really cool sprint inside of the Spicy Brain Business Lab here in September. We're going to be doing 5 days. You're going to go from zero idea to a launched freebie and funnel inside of the business lab. And I want to talk about how this is different than anything else you've ever done. The biggest reason is that I'm taking all of that knowledge and all of those questions that I've had my entire life and putting that into this system, because I don't believe in creating a freebie just to get people on your email list. I don't believe that's a good idea. People aren't dumb. When they give you their email address, they know full fucking well that you're going to sell them something. Let's not pretend, one, that we don't know that, and two, that we don't know that they know that. If we can stop pretending that and we can start designing these things that are actually going to align with you and with your customers' needs and with what actually is going to help you with sales and your customer with their needs, then this doesn't feel so gross and icky and weird, and it's not forced. A lot of people I talk to about wanting to build a funnel are like, well, I just know that I need one to build my email address. Okay, yeah, I understand that that's what you've been told and taught and repeated and regurgitated on from every single piece of guru social media that you've ever consumed. I understand. And yes, having an email list is important, but can we come back to why? Because if you're just going out there to create some freebie that somebody might grab to probably get on your email list, they're going to unsubscribe so fast that all of that effort was worthless. Or they're never going to open the email, whatever it is. And that doesn't feel good. It wastes their time and it wastes yours. So inside of this lab sprint that we're doing, we are going to align whatever freebie you have by starting with the end in mind. What is it that you actually want them to do? What is it that you're actually helping them with? And not necessarily with the freebie, but what is your offer? What is the thing that you sell? What do you want them to buy from you? What is going to help your customer the most? Because when we start there and we reverse engineer and we back into this thing, then we're always going to land where we want to go, where we're going, on the thing we want. And if we also remember, we're not trying to bait and switch anybody. We also remember what we're trying to do is help people, and that everybody is fully aware of the exchange that is happening here. I'm giving you my email address so that you can help me, and I'm aware that it's going to probably cost me money to get that help. If we keep all of that in mind and we don't bait and switch or make anybody feel silly for whatever it is they're doing, then we're going to be just fine. And it's going to work. That's the thing. That's the thing people get wrong with funnels so much is like, I'm going to create this thing because I think it's something that they'll like. And then I'll get them on my email list. And then I'll quietly send emails every week. And I will once in a while just put a little thing in there about what I sell. And then I'm going to be a millionaire and it's going to be amazing. Fuck that. That's not what we're doing. And I know you're smarter than that. Here's the other layer that I often hear from people, whether or not they say it out loud. And it's that they don't think they should be talking about their offer all that much. They feel like doing that is actually going to turn people off. But I am here to tell you that it's the exact opposite. We need to lean into our own personalities and share things about ourselves online and not be a sales robot, right? Of course. But we also need to pull away the bullshit there and not pretend like we're not here to sell something too. People who don't talk about their product enough, who aren't clear about what they're doing for people, they feel just as sketchy and fishy to me as the person who talks about it nonstop. Probably more sketchy and fishy. Like, what are you trying to do to me? And there's balance in everything, right? And I'm not trying to make you question your balance of, relatable content versus sales content. What I'm trying to do is that maybe that stuff isn't as important as you think it is, having that balance or understanding that balance. Maybe it's more like, I'm just going to be really honest. I'm going to share honest things about me and myself, my life, and things that I want to share with you. I'm also going to be really honest about the fact that I'm here to make money. And not in a gross way, but let's be honest, that's why we're here. We started a business to create income for some sort of reason or another. And if we're sitting here pussyfooting around that, it's baloney. And people can smell baloney. My point is this. If we can accept that we are here running a business as a grown-ass adult, we are out here trying to make money in a business that we've built. And in order to do that, we need to tell people what it is we do. We need to be as real as we possibly can be. We need to not treat them with kid gloves and pretend like they don't know what we're doing. And we need to align everything within that. Whether it be something you're selling, whether it be a free thing you're offering, whether it be that you're trying to grow your email list, or you're trying to sell a product, or you're trying to just grow your following, whatever it is, we need to be real about the fact that those are the goals we have and that people are very fucking aware of that. And it's okay. There's nothing wrong with it. I think we internalize that there's got to be something wrong if we want to have a business and make money, or if we want to have a few more followers, or if we want to have more people buying our product. Whatever it is, there's nothing wrong with wanting any of those things. And if we can let that explode and go away and come into this mindset of, I'm a grown-up. This is my goal. This is what I want to accomplish. And I'm going to do it in a way that doesn't make me feel like an asshole. And it doesn't make anybody else feel like they're getting the bait and switch tactic from me. You're going to be great. You're going to be fine. People are going to be really happy with that. And you can do that in a way that feels good and authentic and aligned for you. Okay? Okay. My squirrely brain stayed on task for like the whole, what has this been? like 15 minutes. Holy shit. Thanks for hanging out with me on Happy Money and Other Bad Ideas. If you're ready to bring your own so-called bad ideas to life and build a business that actually feels good, I'd love to help you inside the Spicy Brain Business Lab. Inside, you'll get the strategy, the systems, and support to turn your rebel ideas into sustainable, profitable reality without all the hustle. Come and join us. The link is in the show notes, and let's make some happy money together. I'll see you next week, and until then, keep breaking the rules that need to be broken.